Well, hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So today, Schalke has found their new starting jungler, and it's Gilius. God Gilius, the man who's always getting replaced by Gilius for his spot on their teams, and a guy that went to Turkey in 2019, failed, came back to EU to do a couple of analyst deck segments, some post-game lobby segments. Actually, if you've been following Gilius' career just like I have, you remember Gilius used to be on the same team as Licorice. Licorice and Gilius and Zazel were on the same team at one point with, what was it, Dan? No, it was, Licorice and Gilius, Zazel, GBM, and I think their jungler was Dandy at a certain point when Gilius left. Oh my god. Just the fact that Gilius and Licorice and Zazel all played together at one point was just mind-blowing. But Gilius has had a pretty interesting career. Most people remember him by him playing on Vitality, and then later on he got replaced by Gilius when Vitality started going down the absolute drain, and then someone was gonna throw a pipe down there and blow them up, but then Gilius came, kicked that pipe away, and was able to get Vitality to Worlds. But now we have to look at Gilius on the same team as Forgiven and Ottawamne. Man, this just sounds like an environment for players to absolutely explode. Let's go over this roster move. Schalke has officially and finally signed for its next jungler, God Gilius, to be the team's main jungler for 2020. This is actually the second time that Gilius has played for Schalke. The 22-year-old was on the main roster during the 2016 summer split and the spring promotion tournament. Yes, he's actually played for Schalke before. If you guys have been watching EU for as long as I have, he actually played for them when Schalke initially came into the league and then got kicked out because back then EU had relegations just like North America. And since that makes a lot of sense to me, this perfectly sums up Gilius going back to Schalke null fear.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Well, that perfectly summed up how I felt about that. I'm glad you guys felt the exact same way. In fact, Gilius hasn't played on any LEC roster since the 2018 spring split when he played on the starting lineup for Team Vitality. After the team finished in 4th place during the regular season, it brought in Gilius to replace Gilius. The team improved tremendously and finished in 3rd place after losing to Schalke in the summer playoff semi-finals. And then obviously Schalke tweets, "We are happy to announce to prepare the return of God Gilius. Hashtag Schalke null fear." So I don't really know if this is gonna be the right move for Schalke. I like the dude, and I think he's, it's hard to say good, average to decent. Is he going to be a, good lord, I don't even know what to say, honestly, guys. What can I say? Like, Schalke are so desperate. They brought in Gilius. Like, if that does not scream I'm desperate, then I don't know what is. But if you want a veteran, I guess, someone who's outspoken, who wants to lead the team a certain way, but then you factor in, you got Forgiven on your team, and then you have Dreams, Ottawamne, Abadage, he's not going to say anything, let's be honest here. Ottawamne is a pretty chill dude. So, Gilius and Forgiven on the same team. I just don't know. I'm just flabbergasted. He will be joining alongside the ever-controversial AD carry Forgiven, who was joining the team after taking an extended leave from professional play due to mandatory military service in the Greek army. Both players are known to be quite outspoken when it comes to teammates and opponents alike, which has some Schalke fans wary of what could come from such a combination. Others, however, are excited to see how Gilius and Forgiven will play together no matter what. These two players should be exciting to watch often on Summoner's Rift. And you guys know they have Abadage, Ottawamne, and Dreams. So that is going to be one interesting Schalke roster. They're like, hey, we lost Upset. Let's bring in some of the most controversial jungler and AD carry players to ever exist in League of Legends. Gilius has been known for his trash talk, cussing on live streams, but man, I love this dude. He, in general, is one funny guy to listen to on stream and his post-game interviews. I remember, oh my god, if my sound can play it for you guys, Gilius roast Xerxes. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Xerxes. Is that how you spell his name? Xerxes? Gilius roast Xerxes. I hope this actually plays. If this doesn't play audio, then I'll actually stop the video and then bring it up for you guys. But I have to see if it plays audio first. It should play audio.
I actually praised Xax in the past a lot, so I was pretty surprised that he tweeted that shit at me. I mean, now after he lost, he just looks like a clown, so...
Okay.
Oh, shit.
A bit harsh, but still.
Oh, shit. Oh, I love you, man. Gilius, save some burn for us all, man. Oh, my god.
Xax in the past a lot, so I was pretty surprised that he tweeted that shit at me. I mean, now after he lost, he just looks like a clown, so...
Okay.
Oh my god. What? Schalke is so desperate. I feel bad for Schalke fans. This is like going outside and knowing you're about to lose your house, your kids, your wife to some hot, better looking dude. Not like I have experience in that field, but I don't really know how to feel about this. You guys will give me... Here, I'll ask this. If people even comment, what place do you think Schalke finishes with Gilius on the roster? That's the best thing I can answer. Also, it's going to be so hard doing EU roster power rankings because there's so many rookies, but I'll have to see. You know what I mean? So, past Gilius joining Schalke, All-Stars this year was a disappointment. Now, Reddit went to talk about this as well. Amazing talked about it on his... I'm pretty sure he talked about it on Twitter. Yeah, he talked about it on Twitter. But let's read what the community has to say about this and then talk about what he has to say. So, this is what the post says. All-Stars 2019 was a disappointment. Is it just me, or is 2019 All-Stars the worst All-Stars event yet? Yes. 100% yes, I watched the event. This event sucked. There is no worst event yet. There is no, is it just, no. I agree with you. I very rarely agree with people on Reddit, but sir, whoever the hell you are, I agree with you. The only real exciting event for this year for me was the 1v1 tournament. Yeah, I agree with that. That was the only thing really getting me to watch it. Why include teamfight tactics so heavily? It felt alienating since it had such a sizable presence all this year. Also, its time slot was weird. Why not have it right before or after the normal league events? I am not a fan of the 2018 participant selection format. 2 pro players from each region feels too small. I very much prefer the regional tournament format of 2017 or the Team Fire versus Team Ice format of 2015. Even the game mode selection this year was small. Only 3 fun modes, 1v1s and 2 show matches. Last year had the same lineup of with the East versus West showdown and the 2v2 added on. Good God, I'm glad someone said this. All-Stars this year was horrible. Horrible. I fundamentally do not like voting for 2 pro players. All-Stars should be, because Riot likes to be like traditional sports, right? All-Stars should be more than 1 person from this region. Let people vote for all these people. Like, I miss Team Ice and Team Fire, man. Like, they progressively, it was doing well for All-Stars. Like, people were actually hyped to watch it, like, a couple years ago. 2015, 2016, 2017. Then in 2018, they're like, what the hell is this? And then, like, 2019, guys, I'm not gonna shit on anybody who likes Teamfight Tactics, but Teamfight Tactics is boring. It is just boring. Now, I get it's fun for some people, but it is boring, okay? I don't want to see Teamfight Tactics when I'm trying to see Faker, Yankos, Bwippo, the Shy fight each other. I don't care about Teamfight Tactics. Barely anybody does anywhere anyway. But bring the normal All-Stars back. They're wondering why All-Stars isn't as viewed as it was before and why players are dropping out of going to All-Stars. Because it's boring, it's not fun, it can't be too competitive because, I mean, it is All-Stars. It is a fun event. Just make it like an East versus West tournament. That's all you have to do. Make it East versus West. Just make it NA, EU, China, and Korea teams. 5 All-Stars, right? Then you have your 1v1s. Keep that. Keep your selection game modes. Keep all that. Like, okay, so let's say if you pick an NA team of Licorice, Double Lift, Bjergsen, and who else went this year? Sneaky. Just follow my logic here. Pick the NA boys and then put them against the Korean boys. Have them play a frickin' 5v5 Lee Sin mirror match. I don't even care. Just anything that's not what I saw this year. This was atrocious. The fact that Bwipo was able to be the 1v1 champion, I'm not okay. Congrats to him. I'm just literally just being salty, but because he should not have beat the Shy, but whatever. It's not the point. The point is bring back. It's hard to say because everything they did before was working, and they were changing it because it was losing viewers. But it lost viewers because they made it too competitive. You don't want to make All-Stars too competitive. Have like fun modes. Like Earth was fine. I think I like that a lot. But East versus West, I like that. Make it really fun to watch it again. Just bring it back to the 2015, 2016, 2017, 2013, 2014 days where it was really good and it was enjoyable to watch. Now it's just trash. If you agree to disagree, whatever. But I'm not sugarcoating anything. Viewer numbers reflect this too. I guarantee you, because those viewer numbers I was watching on YouTube, usually League for me, when I watch it on YouTube, is peaking for like LCS days, 100K, 200K, you know, peaking numbers during Worlds. YouTube, it was literally peaking with like NA versus EU at like 20K. That's horrible. That's bad. That's fucking garbage. That's just trash. And then Amazing talked about it, and he's glad that it's somewhat flopped. Amazing says, honestly, glad that All Stars somewhat flopped this year. It is supposed to be an event to celebrate the contribution and effort of our best players, and not our most popular streamers. Yes, oh my god, stop adding streamers in. Nobody... Okay, like, if you want to... How about this? If they want to add streamers in, make a streamer team. There you go. Make a stream team of Tyler1, Trick2G, Yasuo, frickin' give me my girl Pokimane in there. She won't go, but if I have to choose, I'm putting Pokimane in there. Play what else is his name? Nightblue is popular? Yeah, Nightblue, Trick2G, Yasuo, Tyler1, Pokimane. Put those guys, like, make a stream team. Just make a stream team, gather all-stars from all around the world, not 2 people. Please stop doing 2 people. That is garbage. And I'm glad it flopped too, because now they're actually gonna change it. Holy crap! Thank the Lord. Thank you, League fans, for finally not just being such, what's the word I'm gonna use? Acceptors. Yeah, I'll just say that because I don't want to be too mean in this video. Is that don't just accept anything. If you don't like it, don't watch it, and then this will show them that it's not working. Okay, the only reason why I watch, because like I was just craving some League content. I had to watch it. But I didn't watch no TFT. I was recording videos. I was like, frick this TFT garbage. I'm gonna watch me some Pokimane stream. You know what I mean? Like, freak watching that, man. I'm watching no TFT boring garbage. Alright, so many people also said that streamers didn't really need to be at All-Stars since they also had their own big tournaments in place with Twitch rivals. Yes, why do streamers have to be at All-Stars when there's a thing called Twitch rivals? Riot Games included Teamfight Tactics in All-Stars this year, which many people felt was out of place and boring to watch. The game mode was also scattered throughout the event, which made it hard to sit and watch the whole thing. These feelings were reflected in the event's viewership numbers, which tremendously declined compared to last year's event. In 2018, All-Stars had an average concurrent viewership of 324,554 viewers and 565,909 viewers at its peak. This year, the event only had an average of 192,657 viewers, and its peak was 293,351 viewers at its peak. There's still a lot of potential with All-Stars, but a general consensus among the community is to first remove or limit streamers from participating in the event. Having them there is a certain capacity should be fine, like having a streamer versus streamer match, but they're too much involved in the majority of the viewers. Another good step is to remove teamfight tactics from the game rotation, since not many competitive League fans seem to enjoy watching that portion of the event. Riot will have to try to find a good balance for next year's event to satisfy both the players and its viewers. Oh my god, thank you. If Riot does this, I mean, I'm still kind of critical of them, but I'll be less critical, because I like All-Stars for different reasons. I come from a traditional sports background, so having All-Stars as like this kind of fun, entertaining, somewhat serious, somewhat not serious event for all the pros to talk shit, they're getting up on stage, just having a big old giant blast. I want to have that. TFT will not be the answer. It doesn't really matter if you like it. You can't deny that it's boring. Like, it's boring to watch. Like, it's just boring. Like, and if they want to put streamers, give streamers a team, not just having them bulk. There's probably more streamers at All-Stars these past 2 years than pro players. That's sad. That's just sad. Streamers have their own tournament, Twitch rivals. Also, give them their own team. That way, and let the community vote for them. Let the community vote for what streamers they want there. Half the streamers there, guys, no offense to those streamers that you probably watch, I've never even heard about one of them. But Tyler One was there, obviously. Yasuo, I didn't see him there. Please put Pokimane on the stream, please. But it will never happen. Alright, last bit of League of Legends news is G2 Esports, hashtag G2 Army, brings on billionaire Joseph Tsai as an owner and plans to take over New York. Holy crap. My boy Carlos, get in there with that $10 million investment. Woo! That's my boy right there. You guys know I have another G2 jersey coming in. Oh, one day I'll show you guys my my esports jersey collection. Let's do it. Hashtag G2 Army. Let's get it going. My boy Carlos on Twitter said he was going to be worth as much as the Dallas Mavericks. Now the Oh, did I say Daverage? The Dallas Mavericks are an estimated $2 billion. No, 2 billion. Like what a billion. I have never seen an esports org worth that much. But if there's any org that could do it, obviously it's G2. G2 Esports announced today that billionaire Joseph Tsai and Alibaba co-founder and the owner of the Brooklyn Nets had made a $10 million investment in the company to become a majority owner. G2 also said it would be open good lord, this is so I'm just like, when I see entrepreneurships like this, guys, I get super excited. So sorry about that. Sorry. Let me read this again. G2 also said it would open a New York office shortly after the new year. G2 is one of the most recognizable esports organizations in the world, in part because of its popular CEO and co-owner Ocelot, who founded the company after a successful competitive career in Riot's League of Legends. Besides having 43 athletes signed to play in games including Fortnite, CSGO, PUBG, Rocket League, Carlos owns the reigning champion and 6-time title-winning franchise in Riot's LOL European Championship. Last month, the team lost to China's FunPlus Phoenix at the LOL Worlds Finals, played in Paris in front of a crowd of 15,000 and watched by 4 million worldwide. In February, G2 raised $17.3 million from New York City-based investment groups, including Everblue Management, Parkwood Corp, and Seal Rock Partners, to expand its content and grow internationally. Forbes recently valued the company at $165 million, a 57% increase from last year, making it the number 9 esports company in the world. Of the $22 million in revenue it generated this year, half came from sponsorships, including multi-year deals with longtime partner Red Bull and Domino's. But as noted by one industry insider who requested anonymity, the location of G2's headquarters in Berlin has limited its ability to attract the big sponsorships offered to companies with US-based operations. So what she's saying is that them being based in Berlin hinders their ability to gain bigger sponsors, because from everything I've heard about Berlin, not only do they have bad internet, so just starting off with that, how's anybody gonna contact you? And since you have bad internet, I'd imagine Berlin has bad phone service. So just even if they can't contact you through social media, they can't even call you because, well, you know, you have bad service. Now, this is a consistent thing I've heard about Berlin. And Berlin, I've heard some good things about it, but I don't live in Europe, but this is just everything I've heard. And this is multiple people saying the exact same thing. So it's better for them to have a brand and an office that's ready to be inside of North America. I'm happy for it. I'm their fan, so I'm really ready for this. I get so excited when I see business people get these type of deals, because on my main channel, I got sponsorship deals, and it was like, wow, I'm affiliated with the brand. Not much longer, Jens Hilligers, one of G2's founding owners and Rodriguez's mentor, told Forbes that the focus out of the New York office will be to increase the company's talent pool and increase its commercial activities with US-based brands. New York is an under-leveraged and underrepresented market in esports, which is odd because it in particular is where so many impactful subcultures have been born in the US, he said. This is an opportunity for G2 to capitalize on playing to the East Coast. Currently, only 2 top-tier esports organizations have a presence in New York City, and they are owned by 2 infamously mismanaged groups, Counter Logic Gaming, which is owned by Madison Square Garden and has an LCS franchise, and Box, a new owner that is owned by New York Mets principal owner Sterling Equitises, and owns the New York Excelsior of the Overwatch League and the New York Subliners of the up-and-coming Call of Duty League. G2 has nearly twice the followers on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube of the 2 companies combined. So basically, what they're saying is that, yes, New York does have people and esports fans over there, but G2, being bigger than both of these guys, can bring in more fans, and they can have an esports brand that they're proud to represent. Not to say that they're not proud of CLG, but that's kind of what they're saying. G2 has nearly twice the followers, and yes, that is true. Go look at CLG's Twitter, and go look at G2's Twitter. All it says, New York screams G2, Rodriguez says, with a hint of disregard for the distinction between the company and itself. The Spanish-born Forbes 30 under 30 alum, married to a French woman and living in Germany, with a recently self-taught but expert command of English. TIE's ownership should also help G2 expand its reach in China. The company recently established social media channels there and is now looking to grow its audience. The Taiwanese-born Tsai, the vice chairman of the Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba and its second largest shareholder after fellow co-founder Jack Ma, can provide guidance on how to read the culture and set a tone that is right for the market. Tsai's net worth is estimated by Forbes at $10.8 billion, making him the 8th richest sports team owner in the world and the 2nd wealthiest in the NBA after Steve Ballmer. With this investment, he follows fellow billionaire sports teams owner Robert Kraft and Stan Kroenke of the NFL and Mark Cuban, Dan Gilbert, and Michael Jordan of the NBA into the world of esports, where global revenue will reach $1.1 billion in this year, up 27% from 2018. The North America accounts for 40% of that pie, followed by China at 20%. So if it's 40 NA and 20 China, that means it's what? What's the 40, 60? It means it's 20% for like other places too. Tsai, a former Yale College lacrosse player, made his first foray into sports ownership in 2007 when he bought the rights to expansion National Lacrosse League team that would become the San Diego Seals. He is also part of the ownership group of Major League Soccer's Los Angeles FC, most recently valued by Forbes at $475 million, and he acquired the WNBA's New York Liberty, from the New York Knicks ownership group in January. Sai's investment in G2 is significantly smaller than his record 3.3 billion acquisition of the Brooklyn Nets, but meaningful enough to allow him to test the esports market and how well the asset fits in his sports holding portfolio. Cross-promotional events between the Nets and G2 come to figure in the picture soon. It also stands to reason, based on his control over the other sports properties, that Sai will want to expand his stake in G2 at some point. The founders contend that they are in G2 for the long haul, but like the idea. The first order of business for G2, though, says the 29-year-old Rodriguez, is world domination. Next stop is world domination. So I'm so glad that Ocelot got this. I'm really proud to be a G2 fan. I'm really proud to be a Cloud9 fan. And I'm glad when my boys are able to get investments and partners like this. Cloud9 has Microsoft. G2 now has the New York Nets backing them. What in the world is going on when your favorite esports orgs are just at the top? Well, just G2 are. Cloud9 are trying to get back to the top. So, see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm a Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.